Okay, if you're watching this video, it's probably because, well, hopefully, because you bought one of my hydros, or you're just looking up shrimp rigger stuff and hydroplanes and stumbled across this, but I'm glad you're watching. Um, this is my hydroplane design. After I tried to build some wooden ones, it didn't work out so well. So I'm going to show you what you get in my kit. And this is ABS plastic, very durable, it's not going to break. Okay, you get a left and a right sponson. You get a hull, you get a midsection, a bow, a front and rear hatch. You get four 4mm carbon rods. You get two, I think those are 3.5-inch 4mm carbon rods, two boom tubes. You get an ESC bridge, a receiver box, a servo bracket mount, a motor mount, and a rudder mount. So I want to go over a few things that my kits have that others don't. So I get to zoom in. Sure. First I want to show you, first of all, is these grooves right here. And if you look at these two pieces go together, it's tongue and groove the way they fit together. And it is extremely strong. And if anybody's into woodworking or anything like that, it's extremely strong, more glue area, much better than a butt joint. Also want to show you in my design are these channels right here. These channels allow this motor mount to basically slide back and forth. You don't have to worry about left or right, just aft and stern, or aft and bow. Anyways, one other thing I want to show you about these kits are these holes you see right there. Those are for these carbon rods you slide in. And when you get 4 of these in this boat, it is bulletproof. Okay, it's just going to be so strong. This is going to be the strongest boat on the water compared to the wooden ones. They're great boats, but this one is just head and shoulders so much better. So I'm going to show you the first thing we're going to get started on, and we'll be right back. First thing we're going to do is we are going to dry fit everything together to make sure you got all the parts, everything's correct. So let's get started on that. You're going to get your 4mm carbon rods. You can leave the boom tubes aside. So your stern's the first thing. These short carbon rods, they go in the bottom of the stern holes, okay, on the bottom. Put one in each side, like that, okay? Then you install your normal length carbon rods. Just like that. These top ones are a little longer by design, the way the bow is designed, okay? So first we're going to do, when you put this together, it's going to be open and open, okay? Not this side with the bridge. That's for the bow. You cannot install these backwards because it's tongue and groove. So this is groove and groove. Wouldn't work. But I wouldn't want you to install or put glue here and then discover it was wrong, have to switch it around. Then you're in a panic to assemble before the other glue dries. So just a little quick note. That's how quick it goes together, except when you're putting glue on, it takes a little bit longer, but not much. Oops, I missed one. I always do that. How can I do it for the camera? It takes a second. So you just want to make sure everything goes together really nice like that. One thing you want to make sure when you're putting your bow on is you have these holes down. That's for the boom tubes. If you flip this around, and you can do that, if you flip it around, these holes are going to be on top, and it's junk. You'll be throwing away your boat. So just one thing I have to say to make sure. On your sponsons, you want to get yourself a piece of wood like this, just a little pre-note here. And it makes a nice 90, okay? Sometimes there's some debris in the corners. You want to make sure you get that out. Just make sure it's on a good 90, that's what it's doing. I need you all to lay it down. I won't do it like that. And just back and forth like this. Make sure it's straight. Just do all corners. All sides, I should say. Like that. And the top. And when you glue these together, you're going to want to make sure that the holes are on the same side. If you put, and you can do it, you put a sponson, or excuse me, a port with a starboard, this is going to be ruined. So make sure you do that when you assemble them. Okay, now that we've pre-assembled everything, I'll be right back and I'll show you. It's going to be the first step. All right, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up your rudder mount that you purchased on Amazon in the description below. And you're going to locate 4 of the, I believe they're M8s, self-locking nuts, and 4 of the M8 screws, Allen head screws, okay? And if you're going to paint this boat, which I'm sure you are, well, let me get sidetracked here. Let me install these self-locking nuts just like that, okay? Inside there. Grab one of these L brackets. Set that down, kind of hard to do. And then you're going to grab a 2.5 millimeter Allen head. And you're inserting in that one right there. You want to do it until it's not too tight, because you're going to take this back off, and I'm going to tell you why. Drop it like that. Okay, do it to all 4 screws, because you're going to take this back off, and I'm going to tell you why. It makes it a little bit easier to assemble with the clamp if this is off. But my point was, if you're going to paint this boat and you want a different color than your stern, okay, unless you're going to do this gray and this is going to be red, I don't know. Paint this now. It's easier than masking it off. I'll show you an example really quick. Run over here. See, like that's different color. It's easier to paint it now. I had to mask that off, and it's kind of a pain. So that's just one tip. Now we're going to go ahead and we are going to insert, this comes in your accessory pack. It's a stainless steel washer and screw, okay? We're going to install this on the back of the boat. You can see those holes right there. And this lines up. This is the centering thing. See how that fits? Fits beautifully. So we're going to go ahead and run this mechanical, and you can do either one. You can do it mechanically, or you can do it mechanically and glue it. You know, I think if you rip this rudder off, it's going to ruin the whole. You know, if you hit a piece of wood or a rock or a turtle, it's going to rip off the whole transom anyways. I don't know, but if it just did break this, you could unscrew it that way. So let me show you how to do that. I take a little bit of hot glue and put it on the end of that. We're getting this. I got to work quick. Can't get in frame too good. The reason I'm doing that, and the reason you should install this before you put the midsection together, is because it's harder when this midsection is on here. It's harder to get your hand in between here and turn a screw. Right now, it's just You just go right through here. Come on, like that. I'll drop the screw a couple times, I'm sure. Then you want to line up your dowel, I guess you could call it. And if you're going to glue it, this is where you should do it. Because if it gets too close, you're not going to be able to. I'm trying to help you guys see that, but that's what I'm trying to screw in right there. Get in the frame. So hard on camera. Right there. Screwing that in. When I get that screwed in, I'll let you know. Okay, got the rudder mount on. Probably going to take this off in a minute before I glue it so the clamp fits better. But I wanted to show you what these were for. The small ones need to go into the lower part of the stern. You can go down in there and click. Okay. You saw how I assembled this before, so I'm kind of being redundant. But we're going to go and glue it up. And this is what I use. I use the Gorilla. Some use a gel, some use a thick. It doesn't really matter. But in the joints, the gel is kind of nice because it hangs around. So I'm going to see if I can adjust how close I can get with this. So I'll be right back. Okay, again, you're going to want open to open. That's what you're going to want in this spot right here. Okay. Let's go ahead and start the glue. Move this out of the way for right now. Get my cheaters on. You're cheaters. There they are. Get old. Sucks. So anyways, what I'll do is I will put I'll go around. I'm going to fill the groove first. Okay. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah, it looks like you can. Again, too much glue is not a big deal. We want to actually squeeze out to fill the joints. There's always little joints in PLA or not PLA, but any kind of 3D printing. I'll put a drop down that hole. And one down there. And one down there. Okay, the short ones are already in, so we're just going full tubes now, full size. Doesn't matter what order. Who's going to forget this? Put down parchment paper. Don't be like I did. I don't know why I always do that. Always forget that. Pick that up later. Lay this down. Open side, remember. We're going to go inside and out. Hope you can see that. There'll be no leaks in this, guaranteed. All right, let's put this together. Again, I don't know why it's so difficult when I'm on camera. I get nervous, I guess. Why you get nervous, Dan? I don't know. Okay, and just bring them together. Like that. There's going to be some glue squirting out. That's okay. Make sure it's nice and straight. Gonna get that angle. I got to make sure it's nice and straight. Nice and straight. It's almost impossible for it not to be. Okay. Wipe a little excess off. But again, it's going to sand like pine. So where you don't want glue building up is right in here, where the hatch goes. Wipe that out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and clamp this, and well, maybe I can clamp with you on here. And here's one of these wood clamps. You can see it. Home Depot. All right, I'll be back. If you have a little kicker, you can use that as well. And that's how you put parchment down. Whoa, clamp came off. It's okay, it's probably already set anyways. And it's straight, so that's all that matters. Let that sit for another couple seconds, then we'll do bow. This is, I took the clamp off, obviously. This is the most critical part. So this is how it's got to end up. This is the top. Okay, these holes got to be towards the bottom. All right, let's go ahead and glue this up. Getting longer. It's hard to get you guys in here. I guess you are. Oh, you guys know what you're doing. I'm going to take it out of frame. I do like the gel. That was messy. Okay, get ready to do all the way around the bow. Do the inside too. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's one that's a booger. And push together. Use your trusty clamp again. Well, this is long enough. Nope, not long enough. Okay, clamp again, make sure it's straight, which it's got to be. Those carbon rods really make it bulletproof and F-up proof. Again, don't worry about extra glue. It sands like pine. More kicker on there. All right, we're going to let that dry for just a couple minutes, and we'll be back. Okay, this next one is hatch assembly. And what I did is I put a little bit of saran wrap here, because when you glue these together, okay, and you know how the glue smashed out, if you get any smashing out down here, and you put this on here, and it glues to your tub, that's going to be bad. Okay, so we just go ahead and put a little bit of saran wrap on here. because when I do this, I like to glue it and then hold this down. Because you put it on a flat surface, sometimes there's a little bit of a bow in this boat on top. And if there's a little bit of a gap here, that's okay. I just want the hatch to fit really nice. So that's why I do that. So let's go ahead and I think I'm going to use a different glue this time. I'm a tiny bit thinner. So again, hope you can see all that. Something like that, so it's protected. And this one, and glue together, just push them together. 10 goes in first. Bring that down. There's gonna be some gaps there, but that's okay because we're gonna fill those. Real nice. Some kicker. I'm gonna keep this in frame. That should probably do it. I'm sure it's set now. And see, it's a good thing we did it because it did stick to the saran wrap, but we can just sand that right off, no problem. Okay. All right, what next we're gonna do is we're gonna sand it with a vibrating sander. I use 100 grit, and this stuff just sounds, actually there's one more thing I wanna do. Oh, I did that too soon. I'm gonna bring these sponsons together. Again, do that little sanding trick I showed you, but you wanna make sure you got holes on both sides because you can mess it up. Keep them apart, okay? I think I might use even a thinner glue with this because this fits so tight that sometimes it wants to squeeze back apart. There's some thin. Okay. So inside, hit it here. Here, there. This is really thin. Okay. And just bring them together like that. Kicker. Because my parchment paper's not down either, huh? Do it every time. I don't know why I do that. And again, any little gaps you see, my cheater's up so I can see. Any little gaps you see, we're going to put more glue in there and sand it, and it's going to be seamless. It's going to be beautiful. All right, let's do the other one really quick. And then we're going to start sanding. I'm going to use a little thicker glue with this one because that was too thin. Kind of messy. Put cheaters down. Oh, I need my cheater board. I didn't do what I said to do. So it happens in your video. See, it's all gray inside. Kind of takes everything away. All right, hold the hole. Oh, need more glue, Dan. Come on, dummy. Only assembled a few of these. Hold the hole. Squeeze them together like that. I might want to clamp that. I'll be right back. I'm going to say clamp these just for the heck of it. If you got some of these clamps laying around, just use them. Just sucks it in really good and make sure it's a tight fit. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go wait for this to dry just for a couple minutes, and then we're going to start sanding with the 100 grit vibrating sander. And when it comes back, it's going to be a lot of gray on there. And then we're going to wet sand it with 320, and it's going to look like glass. It's just it's beautiful when it's done. It's just mirror smooth. So all right, we'll be back. All right, I'm going to video this, but I'll fast forward through the loud and boring part. This is the way basically you do it. Now, if you see any spaces, there's like a little one right here. You can see that little one right there. Anywhere you see a space, little one right here, just put some more glue in there, activate it, let it dry, and this stuff sounds like pine wood. It really does. And what you do is you probably sand. You sand until you get rid of all the little imperfections. It's all just gray. And it only takes a minute. Okay, so after this, I'm going to finish this, and then we're going to go ahead. Well, actually, I'll do one more. I'll do a sponson to show you guys how good they come out. Got a little more work to do, but all right. When I get done, I'll show you after everything's been wet sanded. All right. Okay, guys, I lied a little bit. I'm not going to wet sand this. It's getting too late tonight. And if you have any like bigger gaps that you just want to put glue in, this stuff works great. This house patch. Just put that in there, let it dry overnight. It sounds like balsa wood when it's done. But this is the one that I wet sanded, and it is just buttery smooth. And I'll wait for this to dry, and I'll get these tomorrow. Neighbor's gonna get mad if I go too much longer. So anyways, all right. Table's getting a little dusty, as you can see. I usually do this outside. But I just wanted to show you filling some of those little gaps. I think I did that in the prior one, but those little gaps, it's a little easier to sand, okay? But I wanted to show you, after this is wet sanded, I don't know if you can see like the sheen in it. Oh, other way. It's just got a sheen in it that's just, and I'm not done. I was only working on this for probably 6 minutes, but it's just smooth and rock solid. Anyways, it's coming apart. So, all right, we'll keep going. I don't know what happened, but it seems that my audio went out. So I'm going to talk over this. This is just painting it. I mean, you can, figure it out by just watching. I'll probably just put some music on. But I did cover it with Kills. It's a primer. Get it out of the can. It sands really nice. And I put it on pretty liberally. I don't worry about drips. And I just wet sand it with 320. Get it really smooth. Mask off the parts that you'll see in a minute, the way I paint. And then just pull off the masking, which is the fun part. So keep